Hi students, hope everyone is fine and safe. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to my new video, and today's video is about another interesting topic in the subject microprocessor, microcontroller and interfacing techniques. We're going to see programmable interval timer 8254 in this video. We're going to see functional block diagram, pin diagram and operation modes of 8254. So before starting this video, we have to see what is the use of 8254. What is the application of 8254, right? So 8254 is predominantly used to create infinite delay, and it can also used as a square wave generator. But apart from it, what is the main objective of designing this particular IC 8254? That's because the earlier microprocessor designed by Intel 808586, right? It does not have the internal clock, so it will be very difficult to create the delay. Difficult in the sense there is no hardware delay. We have to create a software delay, right? In that case, if we use this 8254, we can able to create infinite delay without disturbing the microprocessor. That is the main objective or main application of 8254. So it will create delay for the microprocessor, right? And it can be used as a timer and as well as counter, right? And to understand this very clearly, you have to first understand what is hardware delay and what is software delay, right? So in the early microprocessor 8085 and 8086, there is no internal clock, as I said. So if we want to create delay, what we have to do is we have to give a list of instructions, a program to create a delay. So to create a delay, we have to execute a program. So now the microprocessor, what it will do is it will start executing that program instruction one by one to create delay, right? And what is the disadvantage here? The microprocessor will be concentrating only on creating delay. That is, it will execute those instructions and it will create that delay, right? In this meantime, microprocessor will not be able to do any other execution or any other normal program execution, right? So it takes much of time, right? This is one main drawback in early microprocessor, right? This type of creating delay using the programs, right? Using the instruction, that is called as software delay, right? So what is hardware delay? Hardware delay is something where we create a delay by using an external IC. That is why 8254 is designed, right? So 8254, what it will do is, it is an IC. What it can do is it can be interfaced with the microprocessor, so that this 8254 will create delay without disturbing the microprocessor, right? So now the delay is created by another peripheral, that is another device, another IC, that is 8254. It does not disturb the microprocessor. This type of delay is called as hardware delay, and because of that, what will happen? The microprocessor need not worry about the delay. It can concentrate in its own program execution, right? It saves more amount of time, right? And as soon as this 8254 creates delay, right, it will create an interrupt, so that the microprocessor will understand that an interrupt is created or a delay is completed, like that, right? So this is the importance of 8254. This is why we go for 8254, right? And now we understand now why we go for 8254. And in 8254, as I said, it can act as a timer or a counter, and it has internal clock, whereas in microprocessor, early microprocessor, you don't have the internal clock, right? So in this 8254, it has three counters, that is counter 0, counter 1 and counter 2, right? And these counters are 16-bit counters. These counters are 16-bit counters. 16-bit counters. And you got to understand, these 16-bit counters, all the three counters are called as down counters. Down counters. So what is meant by down counter? Down counter in the sense, like whenever we feed a count value, right? Say for example, if we feed a count value of 15, right? So for every time from 15, right, as time progresses, it will be decreased one by one, 14, 13, 12, like that, right? And as soon as it reaches 0, it counts becomes 0, it creates the interrupt, right? Like this, we can able to create delay, right? The count value, right? The amount of delay that is going to be generated can be stored as a count value, right? And very important point here is this counter. The count value can be set to this counter using BCD form, binary coded decimal form, or binary form. It accepts both these forms, right? So this is very basic information about 8254, right? So all those are down counter, and we can able to feed the count value based upon either in BCD form or binary form. And when we say down counter, it will start decrease from the maximum value, right? So with this, we will see the features of 8254. So when it comes to features of 8254, as I said, this is the main importance, the main application of 8254 is create the infinite delay, right? And as I said, it helps the microprocessor to reduce the time, right? And I previously said that in 8085 and 8086, right? There is no internal clocks, and because of that, it can create delay. Only software delay can be created, right? And because of that, time will get wasted. And another important disadvantage is the accuracy. The timing accuracy is also a greatest disadvantage in software delay, right? So these problems of microprocessor is overcome by using 8254 as it creates the hardware delay. And as I said, it has 3 independent counters and handling the clock inputs of 10 megahertz, and each of the counter has 16 bits, right? And this IC is a 24-pin IC. We will see all those things. And when it comes to 8254, we can say that it is the advanced version of 8253. It is the advanced version of 8253, whereas in 8254 we have this read back command feature, which is not available in 8253. Right, so it is the advanced version of 8253, and this is the block diagram, right? So this is the block diagram of 8254, and coming to this block diagram, as I previously said, we have 3 counters: counter 0, counter 1, and counter 2. All these counter are 16-bit counters, and these 16-bit counters have 2 inputs and 1 output, right? All this counter are 2 input and 1 output, right? And apart from it, we have a data bus buffer, which is an 8-bit, right, where we can able to the data transfer between the microprocessor and this particular 8255 can be done using this data bus buffer, right? And this is connected, this is bidirectional, and this is connected to the system bus of the microprocessor. It can be 8085 or 86, right? And apart from it, as we saw in 8255, we have read-write control logic, where in read-write control logic we can see we have read and write signal, right? This read and write bits in write signal is used to read and write the contents in this particular data register, right? Data bus buffer. And similarly, we have A1, A0. This plays a very important role, whereas A1, A0, it is used to select which counter, whether you want to select counter 0, counter 1, or counter 2. That will be decided based upon the values of A0 and A1, right? And this chip select, CS is nothing but chip select, which selects this particular, whenever it is active low, that is 0, right? When it is 0, this chip is selected. 8254 chip is selected. If not, this 8254 is not selected. It is based upon the CS value, right? And apart from this counter 0, counter 0, counter 1, counter 2, which is selected based upon the values of A1, A0, right? The control word is also selected based upon this A0 and A1. That is, if it is 1, 1, then control word will be selected. What is control word? The control word register, that is the content of the control word register, tells you how to configure this particular counters, that is in which mode this counter is going to work. These 2 bits will tell you only which counter is going to get selected, but control word register will tell you how this counter is going to work, whether it's going to work in mode 0, mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, mode 4, mode 5, right? We have 6 modes in this particular 8254. Right, this is the explanation about functional block diagram of 8254. Right, and when it comes to pin diagram, you don't want to write anything different from the block diagram. You can explain the same. As I said, you have 24 pins here, and when it comes to 24 pins, we know that it has 3 counters. You can see counter 0, and this is counter 1, and this is counter 2, and we know that it has 8-bit data bus buffer. You can see 8-disk data bus buffer, right? And we have read, write, control logic, and as well as chip select, and we know the importance of A0, A1, right? And all this read, write, or can be active only if there is a low signal, right? And apart from this, we have VCC and as well as ground. So we have explained all these pins in this 8254, right? Now we'll see how to configure the control word register. That is very, very important, right? So as I said before seeing that control word register, all this I have already explained. That is, you can see 3 counters, we have 2 inputs and 1 outputs, and you can see here the value of A0, A1 selects which counter it is. You can see that chip select, right? Only if CS is equal to 0, this 8254 is selected. If CS is equal to 1, if this is equal to 1, then there is no operation because 8254 is not selected, right? And now if this is 0, 0, counter 0 will be selected, and if it is 0, 1, counter 1 will be selected, and if it is 1, 0, counter 2 will be selected, and if it is 1, 1, control word register, it selects the control word, right? So when I say control word, you ought to understand how to configure this control word, right? We know that it is an 8-bit D0 to D7, right? So this is very, very important, right? So this is going to tell you which mode, that is each counter, which counter is going to get selected, and how the counter is going to work, in which mode the counter is going to work, and it also is going to speak about the read write operation, right? So now I'll explain you here this D7 and D6 bits. This will tell you which counter is getting selected, right? And these bits D4 and D5, this is going to tell you about the read write operation, right? And these 3 D1, D2, D3, right? This is going to tell you which mode the counter is going to work, right? And this is going to tell you how the selected counter is going to take the value, either in BCD form or in binary form. I already explained that counter value, the delay value which you are going to generate, that will be fed as the count value. It can be of BCD form or binary form, right? Now if you see D6 and D7, it tells you which counter is going to get selected. So if it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, you can see counter 0 gets selected, counter 1 gets selected, and counter 2 gets selected. And if it is 1, 1, it is read back command, that is control word will be registered, right? So it represents the read back command, right? And these 2 bits, this is going to tell you the read write operation, right? So which means if it is 0, 0, and you got to understand very clearly here, this is going to select only the counter. And say for example, if you take this counter 0, it has 16 bits, right? Those 16 bits, whether we are going to read, write, what is that going to happen, that will be set by these 2 bits, right? So if it is 0, 0, the counter will be in latch command, right? No read write operation, it will be in latch command. And if it is 0, 1, read or write operation can be possible only for the least byte significant, right? Only at the least byte significant read write operation can be. You know what is LSB and what is MSB, right? And similarly, if it is 1 and 0, read write operation can be done only for the most byte significant only, right? And if it is 1, 1, what will happen is first the least significant bit will be read or write, and then the most significant byte can be read or write, right? To understand very clearly, you can see here, say for example, if counter 1 is selected, right? And if that counter 1 will have 16 bits, and in that 16 bits, right, the LSB is going to read or write, or the MSB is going to read or write, that will be determined by this particular bits, right? And these 3 is going to tell you which mode the counter is going to operate. We know that the counter can be selected using through these 2 bits, But these three modes, these three bits tells you which mode the counter is going to work. You can see here 000, it works in mode 0, and if it is 001, if it is mode 1, and if it is 10 and don't care. What is don't care? It can be 0 or 1, right? So if it is 10, it is mode 2, and if it is don't care 11, it is mode 3, and 100, it is mode 4, and 101, it will be mode 5, right? So we have 6 different modes of operation in 8254. We will see all these modes of operation in depth in next video, right? And the last bit here, D0, it tells you whether we're going to give the count value in binary or BCD. So if it is 0, right, it accepts in the binary counter, binary value, and if it is 1, we can feed it as BCD form. That is, the counter is going to work as a BCD, right? It's going to accept the input, the count delay in the BCD form. So this is how the control word register in 8254 is configured, right? So when it comes to application, as I said, the main important is to create a infinite delay, and can be used as an event counter, and it can be used for square wave generator, rate generator, and digital one shot, right? So depending upon different modes, it can work as a square wave generator, rate generator, all those things, right? So today what we have seen is we have seen the functional block diagram of 8254. We have seen what is the importance of 8254, what is the application of it, how it works. That is what we have seen in this video. I believe this video will be very useful for you. Thank you, my dear students.